What's up? What's up? What's up? What's the deal? Let me get this shared up real quick. Um, Hopefully, y'all been having a good day today and going to have a good day today. Hopefully, y'all had a good day yesterday. Let's fire this up over here on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. And then let's slide over here. Make sure we live. Post. Post that. Okay, we twerking over there. And get back to OBS real fast. Yeah. So, uh, let me get this shared out one time for the one time. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Uh, yep. You did good yesterday. That's what's up. That's all I want to hear. When people have good days and stuff like that, that's lit. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. That is definitely lit. All right, let me get this shared up one more place here, and we good to go, fam. Straight up. One more share. Oh, I did okay. Not the best. Not the best day for me yesterday, but it is what it is, right? Um, Not the had a bankroll builder over here that I'm thinking about playing right here. Uh, Festa 5Ks, two and a half, two and a half strike. I mean, two and a half runs for Toronto and Pittsburgh over two and a half runs. I'm thinking about playing this bankroll builder. I don't know, right? Let me slide over to DraftKings and get some batters up here. I just want to set this up here for from a batter standpoint and try to try to pick off some batters and set them over here, right? Um, and I'm just gonna go through the slate because I looked at it. I'm gonna go through it and we're gonna get out of here, right? Um, so um, maybe that's too small. That ain't too small here. All right, so look, first game on the docket here, we got Chicago. Oh, you know what? Though first, let's take a look at the weather real quick, right? Weather plays a big factor in baseball. Okay, so let's take a look at the weather real quick and see what we're working with. Man, um, yesterday, Corbin Burns, I took the outs. He just couldn't get there. That was crazy. Shout out to shout out to my boy, man. It was his birthday today. We were both. Well, he gave out Teoscar. Uh, he went crazy, right? So shout out to him. Colorado and Atlanta wins left to right in at 10 miles an hour there. So Perp said he cashed on a nice 5-man, two bases laid yesterday. That's what's up. So let's get to it. Try not to be all day with this one. do a little drive by, get in and get out, right? First on the docket here, we got the Chicago White Sox at Baltimore Orioles. Not a fan of neither one of these pitchers. We got an over under 8.5 in this spot. As far as bats and things like that, I won't be messing with the pitchers here. I'll be looking at the bats. Um, Gunner and the left-hand batters, they looked okay, right? Uh, self-explanatory. Get to who you want to get to in this game. Uh, I couldn't talk you off anything. Though Gunner was one guy that he looked pretty good, better than the rest of the lefties, numbers wise and average wise. So versus this pitch mix from the screening, so I couldn't talk you off of him, right? So that's what I'm looking at there. I'm looking at Gunnar Henderson for sure. Either hits runs and RBIs, hit parlays, whatever the case may be. Um, whatever the case may be. Will I be streaming football Thursday? I don't know. I'll be dropping in. I gotta cut these short. These MLBs, I gotta cut them short. I'll be dropping in probably tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll probably come in and I was gonna have to start doing some recordings too, man. So tomorrow I'll probably be coming in, but with some lines, looking at some lines. Like I did look at a bankroll build I was probably gonna play within this this first game. This first game what was that Thursday or was that Friday? Thursday. Couple touchdown props. Gotta try to come up with a show or something like that. Definitely a touchdown prop. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a touchdown prop show. Some Hail Mary plays, some of the plays that I like. Some traffic. I like traffic on the basis with MLB, so I'm gonna have to do some traffic in the end zone or something like that because I got a bet that you guys probably would like, and I'm gonna pick out my one or two or three games that's gonna fit that shootout style. So you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to come up with some shit. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But for right now, I'm gonna finish just going straight through this. But yeah, for sure, I'm gonna have to pick out some games that we're gonna uh, look for some shootouts for all that, right? Some ladders. I want to try to do something like that. Some ladders, stuff like that. Um, if you're looking for a bat, a hit, or anything for the on the Chicago White Sox side, you could look at Benintendi. He's batting 308 versus that pitch mix. Uh, Vaughn and Corey Lee. You could look at those three bats. I won't be betting on them, but those are three bats that you could look at least for a hit and hit parlays or something like that, right? Um, I'll keep it moving here. I got Burger. I got Burger circled here right now. Right now, we know Patrick Corbin. Patrick Corbin is crazy as hell, right? But it's the only thing we can look at right now, right? His worst split is on the road, right? This is his worst split, right? Patrick Corbin. Uh, this is the worst split on the road versus righties. I want to say, right? So this is probably the last time I'm gonna pick on this dude if he chooses pitches, if he proves me wrong. So right now he's got 20 home runs, 18 of them versus righties. On the road versus righties, he got 6 home runs. He does give up more home runs at home versus righties, though. He does give up more home runs at home versus righties. Bam. So at the end of the day, it ain't always about home runs. Keep that in mind. Now, on the road versus righties, he's got a mm, 371 batting average, right? On the road in general, he has a 351 batting average, right? So he's pitching his worst on the road towards righties. Where we going? On the road towards righties to Miami, right? So we're going to Miami. We already know we got a lefty on the mound. Then we're gonna pull up his pitch mix here. We're gonna pull up. We're gonna pull up. Damn, what's the boy name? I guess whatever his name is. Patrick Corbin. As you can see, his barrel is down, right? His barrel is down. Exit velo is up. Don't take number one swing of the bat. Hard hit is up. The walks are up. CR is up. This is versus righties, right? Over the course of the last 2 months, 15 extra base hits, 5 home runs versus righties. Down here. Oh, no, that's lefties. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm sorry. Right. So, right hand batters. Let me see. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? So his line drive is up. Hard hit is meh. Barrel is down. Still, his average is up. So It ain't always about bombs. And like I said, 15 extra base hits, 5 home runs versus righties over the course of the last 2 months. He's throwing out that slider, cutter, sinker, right? Let's see, slider, um, cutter, sinker. So, right now, Berger is a guy he would strike out, but I'm not too much looking into that. You can look at these righties in general. Plenty green there. Only thing about it, when you're going up against a lefty, not big sample sizes, right? So I could have filtered this out. This is for 1 month right here. The barrel percentage is up. Fly ball is up. Exit velo is up. Isolated power is up. Now, uh, this is only within a month sample. I'll push it out to 2 months and I'll leave it be, right? Probably doesn't go up that high because you don't see too many lefties, but didn't go up high as I thought it was going to go up. I mean, even if you want to look at 3 months, this is a team that hasn't seen a lot of lefties, right? So it is what it is, right? I'll be looking at Berger at the end of the day. Doesn't have to be a bomb. Does not. They could be hits, runs, and RBIs with all these green for these righties. If Patrick Corbin comes out here and pitches well today, I know something, right? But he's been fucking our money up. He's been going out there pitching good. Kudos to the guys who've been backing him, right? You want to take a look at Berger real fast? Could take a look at Berger versus lefties here. Check out some of his splits and things of that nature. Um, he has he got 25 home runs, 9 of them versus lefties. Um, Good afternoon, Kayla. Might be a fade for you. Even today, I really am probably gonna do bases. Yeah, been loosely heavily these past 2 weeks. Man, just gotta, you gotta do your bankroll builders, gotta do your straights. Parlays will put you down, straight up. Parlays will put you down. You need straights. You need straights. And if you have to turn down your volume, turn down your volume. On your plays, right? So let me see. Looking at some of his averages. Hmm. So on a roll versus righties, on a roll versus lefties, is not his best split. Home versus lefties is one of his best splits, but not his best split. Well, home versus lefty is his second best split, and that's where he's at right now. Home versus lefties. He's batting 240 on a roll versus righties is his next best split, but he's batting 240. The thing right here, his highest power, isolated power, is coming in home versus left-hand pitching. So you never know. He might be able to lift him out of there, but it is what it is. Versus pitch mix, he pretty much likes it. So even if you want to look up for his runs and RBIs, I couldn't talk you off of that. 1 or 2 leg parlays and things of that nature. Jake Berger and the rest of the guys. I mean, got to see who's going to be in that lineup. Got to see who's going to be in that lineup, right? On the flip side here, I do think Washington could probably win this game. Um, looking at the so here's a guy here. Uh, you got who's the pitcher here? His name is so let me see. I forgot the kid's name. Max Meyer, right? So you're looking at Max Meyer, right? Uh, Max Meyer, he he's been giving up runs, right? So let me see something here. Maybe if I think it's a little bit dim here. Let me see. Let me throw on. That's a little bit better. Throwing a little bit of light. All right, so look, Max Meyer. One thing about Max Meyer is he can get hit, right? He's given up. He's given up 4 runs or better in one, two, three, four, 5 of his last 6 games, right? So that's definitely concerning. That's definitely concerning there. And then when you look at these guys versus his pitch mix here, you got guys like Alex Cobb. I'll show you some of these guys here. They look pretty good. I'll run them down, but I'll show them to you guys and I'll get off of them, right? Washington. Let's see. So, Alex Cobb here. Max Meyer. Um, versus right hand hitting. six bombs and four bombs versus lefties there over the course of the last 2 months for both of those right there. Fastball, slider, changeup. So Alex Carr looks pretty good. Um, Only a small sample size versus righties like that, but definitely he's not striking out. And a lot of these guys are not striking out, so that doesn't bode well for him right there. Now he's got a 417 batting average on this pitch mix here. If I push it out a little bit to the last 2 months to see where he's at, he's still around. Oh, you know what though? Let me see. He might be hurt. Yeah, I think he is hurt. Yeah, he is hurt. So I don't know when he's going to come back. But the lefties, though, definitely Garcia. Let me see. Garcia. Let me just pull him up real quick. Mm, uh, Fastball, slider, changeup. So you can look at Garcia, Jose Tena, James Wood. Those are three that I would look at. I mean, the exit velo is up for Tena right now. James Wood, he needs to get that barrel up, whatever the case may be. Garcia and Tena is not striking out. Tena has a home run within the last week, so he could be. Yeah, I see, Perk. So I'll be looking at these righties, these three guys here. Maybe four Vargas is in the lineup, which I probably doubt he probably would be in the lineup, but it is what it is, right? But yeah, these two guys, Garcia and Tena, you can look at. I mean, they barrel are up. The barrel is up. The K's are down, right? And I like that. Don't go up there and strike out for my money. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't talk you off neither one of these top two guys right here. Over the course of the last month, these guys are batting 440 and 560 versus this pitch mix. So, and I just showed you at the end of the day, Max Meyer has been getting hit. He hasn't faced Washington, but four runs at Colorado. New York Mets gave him four. San Diego Padres gave him four. Cincinnati gave him six. Atlanta gave him four, three, and Milwaukee. Granted, those are some tougher teams. Those are some tougher teams. He will be getting some relief versus these guys. He will get some relief versus these guys because Washington is not the strongest offense. But at the end of the day, these guys have been hitting the ball. I wouldn't say I would take these guys for a bomb or something like that, but I have to look a little bit more into Jose Tena. Here's a guy that looks kind of interesting, right? He looks kind of interesting. I might have to take another look into him, but these are two guys that you could probably look at, man. Even if you're just doing hit parlays, you do not have to play bombs and shit like that all the time. Minnesota Twins at Tampa Bay Rays. We got Festa on the mound. We got Springs on the mound. Both of these guys got some K stuff, right? Festa's got some K stuff, and I'm looking at. Yes, yes, yes. I mentioned that earlier. Ed. Happy birthday to you, and definitely Teoscar went bonkers yesterday, bro. He definitely went bonkers yesterday. I kept looking around, man. I kept looking. He keep getting hits, but he ain't getting no bombs. I'm like, what the hell now? Went against my rule, knowing I'm supposed to take bases and shit like that, right? I did take it for hits, runs, and RBIs though, but I was looking for that bomb. Yep, I was looking for that bomb. But at the end of the day, he might do it today because he get another lefty. We'll get there in a second. However, Minnesota. What did I write down here? The right hand batters for Minnesota, right? The last 2 months they looked okay because Jeffrey Springs is a lefty. So at the end of the day, you got guys like Carlos Santana who got lefty splits, but Springs does have that K stuff. He brings it here and there. He hasn't started that many games yet from being, on injured reserve or whatever the case may be for a long time. But there are some righties over here that can hit him. I did not pinpoint them. I did not pinpoint them because they so iffy right now. So and then we got an over under 8 in the spot. What I was really looking at while trying to get to was Festa, right? I'm trying to get to Festa. I don't know, right? I don't know if it's gonna be Fugazi or what, but I'm trying to get to Festa in some shape, form, or fashion. I'm trying to push on his strikeouts. I'm trying to push on this pitching out because this team here, they will strike the fuck out, right? So his outs, they set his outline at 5.1 innings, right? He's only hit that once. That was the last game versus Atlanta, which he is capable. So we can get that out the way. He is capable. Right here, the thing about that, he's only pitched. He hasn't even pitched 90 pitches yet. That's one thing. That's another thing, right? He hasn't even pitched 90 pitches yet. So I'm kind of skeptical in that regards. The K's, his K's sitting at right now. His K's sitting at like 6.5. Right? He's getting a bump on it because he's going up against this team who will strike out. Right? So he's getting 6.5 at plus 122. Now, looking at the strikeout numbers here uh, for this team, we'll go down to the last 30 days for Tampa Bay. They are let's see, last 30 days they are fourth for striking out, with 79 WRC plus. Last 14 days they are second in striking out, 28% and 77 WRC plus. So, and then the last 7 days, if you just want to be, what you have you done for me lately? You're looking at six in strikeouts with a 101 WRC plus, showing they've hit a few righties or a righty or two in the last week. But the K's are still there. Now his strikeout sitting at seven and at 6.5, where as to where he's only hit this number what 3 times this year. He showed flashes. He went nine. He hit 9 Ks versus my Cubs. He hit 7 Ks last time out versus Atlanta. He's got the ability to hit this, but I don't know if I'm gonna go there. And then, like I said, I'm kind of want to take his pitching outs, but 15 and a half at plus 118 is really, really, really enticing to me. It's really enticing to me. I'm just trying to see if I'm pull the trigger, man. Now I pulled the trigger on the 18 and a half yesterday for Burns, and he did not get there. He did not. Bats I had wrote down versus him. Josh Lowe. Josh Lowe, 9 extra base hits, 4 home runs within the last month versus Festus pitch mix, and he's got 1 home run within the last week. Yandy Diaz, he's batting 318 for whatever that's worth. Caminero, whatever his name is, don't let me butcher it, but he's batting 323 versus this pitch mix for whatever that's worth. At the end of the day, I'm not trying to squeeze nothing. I know 7.5 and good pitching matchups with bats. If I take a bath here, it'd probably be a lean. I don't want to fight with no pitchers. Straight up. That's just how it's gonna be. We trying to beat up on the weak. I'm trying to beat up on the weak. Trying to take advantage of. I'm trying to take advantage of weak spots. I'm not gonna be wrestling with these motherfuckers like that no more. Now, we got Philadelphia Phillies and Toronto Blue Jays. We got Phillips on the mound. We got Bassett on the mound. Right. So right off the back here, I'll go to game day insights for this one here, and I'm looking at Vladdy all day long, all day strong, right? So, and then there's others as well. So, take a look at Vladdy here. Take a look at these righties, right? And if I had to get to a lefty here, I'll tell you who that would be as well. But looking at Toronto here, who we got on the mound? Phillips, right? So first of all, Tyler Phillips, right? um, he's pitched a few games here. Um, He's given up runs the last 3 games. Miami, he gave up 5 with a bomb. Uh, the Dodgers, he gave up 4 runs, no bombs. And then Seattle, he gave up 8 runs. So he's given up 4 runs or better in 3 straight games. Can he be imploding? We'll see. We'll see, right? Can he be imploding? He probably is. Who knows? At the end of the day, though, um, he's scheduled to toss Tuesday. Okay, so at the end of the day, we'll take a look at him versus righties, right? First of all, I want to take a quick look at the splits here. hmm So he's got 7 home runs. 6 of them come to righties, right? So that's one thing that you definitely take a look at. ERA on the road is terrible, whatever the case may be. Now, take a look at Phillips here versus right hand batters here. Tyler Phillips, sinker, sweeper, fastball. First of all, we can take a look at that sinker, right? He's throwing that sinker 42% of the time. Um, you can look at Van. He doesn't have any home runs versus that pitch in the last month. And these guys is not striking out versus this pitch, right? And he's throwing that pitch 42% of the time, 43. So Vladdy, Clement, Leo, those guys like this pitch because they not none of these guys striking out. They got a 300 batting average versus it. Springer been hitting it for power, right? He's got a 16 barrel rate on it. Strikeout percentage is low. Exit velo is down, but he still got two bombs on it. Leo's got two bombs on it, right? Now I'll plug in the other two pitches, which would be the sweeper and the fastball and the sweeper. Um, Vladdy just still looks phenomenal, right? He's got two home runs within a month's time span. But you don't have to look at Vladdy for that. Two hits, runs, and RBIs. RBIs. A couple of those guys I gave you guys for RBIs yesterday smashed. How about Yana Diaz goes out there and get two RBIs? You know what I'm saying? That was lit. And I took him, but I took him for one. I should have took him for that two behind Jordan, but that's another story, right? At the end of the day, if I had to take one bat from the Writers, it would be Vladdy. 370 batting average, 20 for 54, 10 extra base hits, two home runs, hard hit fly balls at 14, six balls launched. Barrel is up, hard hit is up. Fly ball could be up a little bit more. That would have gave him more home runs. K percentage is down. I love that K percentage is down. And Springer, like I said, his isolated power is up because he's got four home runs. His barrel is up. You know what I'm saying? He's pretty streaky though. Pretty streaky. Um, um, Jimenez barrel is up. He's got three bombs. Nobody. Oh, Clement has a bomb versus his pitch mix within the last week. Clement is 4 for 10 versus his pitch mix within the last week. Vladdy is 6 for 11 versus his pitch mix within the last week. I'll show you who I like from the lefties. So from the lefties here, I'll be looking at Wagner for sure, man. I think he hit a bomb and I missed it, right? I've been chasing this home run. Who knows? This guy throws a lot of pitches, man. A lot of them. I'm gonna throw them all up there. I never usually do that, but the fastball, curveball, sweeper, sinker, changeup, right? I done forgot one, huh? Sweeper, sinker, curveball, changeup, 2, 3. Oh, man, that's it. That's it. So, over the course of a month, Spencer Horwitz got four bombs, right? He's batting 271. He's not striking out. He's below league average in that area. And then you got Will Wagner, who his fly ball is down, doesn't have any home runs, five extra base hits, batting 441. I like I like Wagner, man. Spencer Horwitz couldn't talk off him either. If you expect Tyler Phillips to give up some runs here, and you don't know who win, you can look at this. You can look at their team total. Team total was sitting at 3.5. Last time I checked, it was like a minus 128 or something like that. Quite sure the team total is going up by now. Actually, Blue Jays team total actually shot up to 4.5. It opened up at 3.5. Now it's at 4.5. Right now it's at 4.5. Definitely. So somebody expect runs to be put up here. The line is moving pretty fast. Right. I don't know if they're gonna hit that. I'll tell you what. I lean towards the over team total for these guys. Um, Now for on the Philly side, I mean Schwarber averages was pretty high. Versus the pitch mix for Bassett, right? Bassett, just looking at his splits, the worst split was at home versus righties, right? So one bat that stood out to me was Real Muto, right? So I did look at Castellanos. I did. I mean, I couldn't talk you off of those guys. I left for a hit or something like that. It was Castellanos or Trey Turner or something like that. But the one who really stuck with me was Real Muto for the righties, right? So I'll show you guys why, and we'll keep it moving, right? Don't mean I'm a bet on him, but he's in a good spot. So looking at Real Muto. Oh, Bassett, right? Chris Bassett here. Now, he is pitching pretty good. Now, as you can see, 3 home runs, 9 extra base hits over the course of the last 2 months versus right-hand batters. Uh, he said, y'all have Corbin 5Ks today. He said, what? Yo, I have Corbin 5K today. Oh, I couldn't talk you off of that. Sinker, sweeper, cutter, curveball. So he's throwing that sinker 48% of the time. We're going to take a trip to the sinker real quick here and see what we got. So, since he's throwing that sinker 48% of the time, as you can see, nobody's pretty much striking out versus that sinker, right? Now, Real Muto, he's 8 for 17 versus that sinker. Alec Bohm, he's 5 for 17. Nick Castellanos, he's 5 for 8 versus that sinker. The barrel is down. None of these guys really gotten home runs versus this sinker, whatever the case may be, but they have been putting bat to ball on it, right? A few guys. Real Muto coming in at 8, leading the way at 8 for 17. Now, I can add the rest of the pitches in, which would be the sweeper, cutter, and the curveball. Let's see. The sweeper, cutter, and the curveball. Um, right. So as you can see, um, Real Muto still stagnant in the 400 batting average range versus his pitch mix with a 3% K rate. So but Trey Turner and Nick Castellanos and Alec Bohm and the rest of these righties, they still below average striking out. So you know if you and you got Bassett, right? You got Bassett, the pitcher. Um, if you want to look at the split or something like that, uh, you can probably make something out of it. You probably don't. It probably won't make nothing out of it, right? But looking at his splits here, at home versus righties, and then on the road versus lefties, right? So on the road versus lefties, 341 batting average. At home versus righties, 289 batting average. Not giving up many bombs. He's giving up more of his bombs to lefties, right? So as you can see, his home runs, he's giving up 12 home runs to lefties, 4 to righties. So lefties pretty much got more chance of hitting a home run versus him than a righty does. So like I said, that's why I mentioned Kyle Schwarber, which Kyle Schwarber average is up. He's got like 3 home runs versus his pitch mix. He's just one swing of the way. We know who he is. We know what he can do, right? So if you expect these guys to put up runs, I was looking at Bohm. I was looking at Real Muto. At least for a hit or something like that, I think that's fine. When you look at the numbers indicate that. And if you want to look at his splits as well, you can take a look at what the fuck is his name again? Man, I'm tripping, man. Am I getting old or what, bro? Because I just looked at it, Real Muto. I get short term. I get that short term, man. Hell no, Joe. Hey, this shit crazy. Look, though, that's too much. That's too much numbers and shit every day, man. So looking at his splits here, he'll be going up against a righty, and as you can see, his batting average pretty much the same right here versus righties, whatever the case may be. Where they at? At home, on the road, right? So on the road versus righties, at home versus righties. Um, I guess that's his best split on the road, right? Versus righties. A little bit more isolated power here. And a little bit more isolated power there, right? Um, Not too many home runs for a guy like him. He does have 11, and 8 of them come versus righties. So that's what I'm looking at there on the righty side. Couldn't talk off a Schwarber bomb. If you want to look at a Schwarber bomb, um, I don't know what's been going on with Harper lately, but I ain't gonna try to figure it out. Keeping it moving here. There's one game that I didn't look at. Yeah, that's short term, a motherfucker. Yeah, straight up. One game I didn't look at was I'll get to it. I'll have to cover that game. Um, Long story short here, Boston Red Sox at New York Mets. Peterson been looking good. Boston, they strike out a lot versus lefties. Peterson doesn't have a lot of K stuff, so that's a lot. That says a lot without saying a lot right there. First and foremost, a couple things where I'm undecided at. And then keep in mind we only have an 8 over/under here, so I'm not gonna try to squeeze a lot out of this shit. But um, taking a look at these righties is where I'm interested in. One bat here, maybe two bats versus these right in, on the Boston side. But I got to show you guys this. It's not big time. It's not big time. It's not big time, but maybe you guys can help me decipher through this shit, right? So righties here, gonna look at David Peterson. Peterson has been pretty good, right? Versus right hand pitching, Sierra's up, K's are down, walks are up, right? So hard hit percentage is can get hit pretty hard. Barrel is meh, right? 3 home runs the last 2 months, 11 extra base hits, fastball, sinker, changeup, slider. Let's look at that fastball. I looked at the fastball first, and I'm like, I don't see my boy Tyler O'Neill, right? Um, then I put the what was that? Let me see, sinker in there. Then Tyler O'Neill popped up down there, bang, right? So I'm like, okay, 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 okay. So he hasn't seen that fastball. And then this is a lefty, so you don't see too many lefties. Plus, he's been hurt. Now, he's got a 333 barrel on that. Then I just slid in the rest of the pitches, right? The change up and the slider after that. Change up and the slider after that. Um, Now, small plate appearances. He's got two bombs off of this. He's 3 for 10. He's got two bombs there. The barrel is up. We know who Tyler Anderson is and what he does. He's either striking out or he's taking you deep, right? But when you're facing a pitcher, the batter, in my opinion, gets a little bump when the pitcher can't strike you out from his own stuff. So you got guys like Romy Gonzalez and Rafaela, little guys like that. Now, don't get it twisted. This Boston team was they one of the highest strikeout teams in the league versus left-hand pitching. Okay, that's without a doubt. We already know this, as you can see right here. But if I think he can get hold of one, then it is what it is. I'll filter this out to 2 months here. Excuse me. I'll filter this out to 2 months. Then we start getting a little bit, deeper into the conversation here because you still got a high barrel rate for Tyler O'Neill. Hard hit is up. Line drive is down. The fly ball is pretty much up. The strikeouts are still there, but he does got 5 home runs, 6 extra base hits. Extra velo is there. Um, the isolated power is there. He's 11 for 39, right? We know what he does. Romy Gonzalez is somebody who I've never bet on, right? And truthfully, I ain't even bet on that guy. I ain't never bet on him, right? Rob Resnada is a guy you can look at for towards lefties as well. But at the end of the day, I'm still looking at Tyler O'Neill because I know what he does. Ref Snyder too. Ref Snyder is one of those guys versus lefties as well. So let's take a look at Ref Snyder first, as I didn't take a look at Ref Snyder earlier. Um, I need to take a look at Ref Snyder. I'm going to take straight a look at his split here, looking at lefties, right? They would be on the no, they'll be at home today. They'll be at home today. No, they'll be on the road. They'll be on the road. Okay, on the road. So he does have a 300 batting average versus lefties on the road. Slugging is up 242 isolated power, his highest WRC plus. The bombs for him, not a big bomb guy, but he does got 6 bombs versus lefties. on the season, right? Um, and 4 of his bombs come on the road to lefties. Then you look at Tyler O'Neill. Um, So that automatically puts somebody like Ref Schneider in play for me. Tyler O'Neill has 25 bombs. 11 of them come towards lefties. 8 of them come to lefties on the road, right? So Tyler O'Neill does have bombs, hit bombs. He's got a 300 batting average versus lefties and a 228 batting average versus righties. He does hit lefties better. Isolated power in general is 369 versus lefties. On the road versus lefties is his best. WRC plus at 253. He's got a 364 batting average versus lefties, 1300 OPS, 473 isolated power. I say all that to say this. His numbers look phenomenal versus lefties on the road, and his strikeout is high as fuck though. He will strike out, but his least striking out split is on the road versus lefties. Home versus lefties, he strikes out 41% of the time. That's just about half of that on the road. But when you got somebody like over the course of the last 2 months, who's only got a 16% K rate versus right hand batters, I still gotta I'm gonna lean towards the batter in this instance right here. So uh, who they playing? They are playing. Okay, they're playing the Mets. So they'll probably be my top home run candidate from this game. Now I looked at Duran. He stuck out to me. He looked okay. Meh. Uh, Devers looked okay. The power wasn't there. The power wasn't there. These are professional MLB players, though. Anything can happen. Tyler O'Neill looks pretty good to me. On the Mets side, Cutter Crawford. This boy gives up bombs, right? I think he's got like 28 home runs. Like, that's crazy, right? So, only thing about him, let me see. Um, Cutter Crawford. Um, Cutter Crawford's, he's got like what? Now, he's cooled off a little bit, though. I'll tell you that. He's got 28 home runs. Um, 17 of them come to lefties. So, he's giving up more power to lefties for sure. These guys would be on the road. I just looked at that shit again. Right. It would be on the road. And on the road, he's given up 12 home runs to lefties. And then he's given up 6 home runs to righties. It's 18 in total on the road, 10 at home. Now, he's cooled off a little bit, though. Does that mean anything? Probably not. So, right here, his last 5 games, he's only got 2 home runs. Prior to his last 5 games, he went on a binge, right? He didn't give up 4 home runs right here versus Texas, 3 versus the Yankees, 5 versus the Dodgers, right? So he went on a bench. He's cooled off a little bit now. Now, the bats. I'm torn, right? I don't know if I'll tell you this. I ain't even gonna show you, so I can just move on. I probably would look for a combo, right? I look for a combo, which would be if I'm betting a home run here, it's either gonna be Lindor or the kid for me, whatever Alonso. Alonso's K rate is through the moon. A sleeper that doesn't really the numbers don't add up, but McNeil, you can look at him. I probably won't bet on him. I don't bet on him, but if you're looking for a bomb, I would look at that boy, them two, right? Uh, Lindor and no, I looked at Vin. No, they MLB players now. We can't. Sometimes the numbers not in their favor, which they wasn't too much in Vienno's favor. He did have like 3 bombs over the course of last month, but that don't mean he can't hit no bomb. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about as far as the numbers looking good. It was Alonso and Lindor, right? So, I mean, JD can come out there and take him deep. Anybody can take him deep. He's got 28 home runs. You know what I'm saying? So, the ones that stood out to me was those two. I don't even know if I'll bet them though, man. But you still got hits, you still got RBI, you still got all that to think about. It's not always about bombs. It's not always About bombs there. Favorite bet in this game is going to be Tyler O'Neill for me. Next game would be Colorado Rockies, Atlanta Braves. Over under 7.5. Look, I didn't even look at the motherfucking Colorado Rockies. I did not. I'm looking at Sale. Sale, you can take him for 10 Ks today if you want to, right? You can take him. The sky's the limit. His line is sitting at what? His strikeout line is sitting at what? 8.5? 8.5 at a minus 146 super juiced, right? You can take him up to wherever they're gonna take him to. Highest I couldn't talk y'all 12 Ks today, right? I can't. I'm probably gonna play it. Truthfully, I'm probably gonna play it. I'm gonna play his 18.5 pitching outs, right? I took his 18.5 pitching outs. Oh yeah, for sure. We're supposed to got that K ladder in last night though, bro. That K ladder in last night. But at the end of the day, yeah, man, you can take them up to 12 if you want. I couldn't talk you off of that. Looking at these boys here. Now you gotta look at them on the road. You gotta look at them on the road. Colorado on the road. You don't gotta look at them on the road, but you don't want to take a little bit that into consideration. They only got what 26%, 26.3 K rate with a 61 WRC plus. Terrible on the road. Strikeout considerations, right? You can look on the season. Colorado number one striking out on the road outside of course. Come on up out of there. You want to look at them on the road. 71 WRC plus, whatever the case may be. And if you just want to look at a guy like Chris Sale, we know who he is. We know what he does, man. This man has been phenomenal. So, if you want to alter his case, anything of that nature, be my guest, right? Um, so, 6 Ks versus Minnesota, 4 versus Washington. That was crazy. Washington don't strike out much. Minnesota, I was expecting more tough game for him, but it is what it is. 10 Ks versus the Angels, 12 versus the Giants, 10 there, 11 there. He's hit 12 one time this year, so he definitely can hit 12 Ks. He hasn't faced this team though. He hasn't faced this Colorado team, so this Colorado team is in for a rude awakening here. We'll see what's going to happen, right? 3 of his last 5 games, he had double-digit K numbers. But like I said, the 16 and a half, 18 and a half pitching outs, I sprinkled on that. I don't know what the name, what the line is for it right now. Minus 108 for 17 and a half pitching outs. He hit it right here versus Washington, right here versus San Francisco, um, right here versus the Mets. He hit it versus the White Sox, of course, Tampa Bay, Washington. He's hit it frequently throughout the season, right? That's getting into the 7th inning and give us one out. That's it, right? Get out there and give us one out. I like my chances to hit that. I could probably play his 10 Ks on one and play his outs on the other, and hopefully I hit both. Right? That would be awesome. Uh, and on ESPN Bet or Fanatics or something like that, you can get them both at the same time. Bats. I ain't looking at no Colorado bats here. I'll tell you what I looked at. I looked at okay, so look, historically on the season, no pitch mix, no nothing. Ozuna is really good versus lefties, right? Versus this pitch mix didn't look sexy at all. Still a professional MLB baseball player. He will take you deep, right? Soler historically has been great versus lefties. Kyle Freeland, he's pitching his worst on the road, uh, and versus righties. So Soler versus this pitch mix, he's got over the course of a month, he's got 2 home runs, 5 extra base hits. Ozuna, 3 home runs, 5 extra base hits. Actually, over the course of 2 months, because this is a lefty and it's a small sample size. And then the guy who numbers looked the best was going to be Ramon Laureano. Technically, numbers wise versus this pitch mix, he was number one. Over the last 2 months, 4 extra base hits, 3 home runs. You can look at him for hits, runs, and RBIs, something like that. If you want to take him for a bomb, that's on you. But statistically versus this pitch mix over the course of the last 2 months, um, he was close to batting 400 almost, or around 350 at the least. So uh, we'll keep it moving to the next game, which would be oh uh, Pittsburgh Pirates and Chicago Cubs, right? So we got an over under 7.5. Don't know how long skiing's gonna go, and I know the Pittsburgh usually tear Hendricks' ass up, right? So at the end of the day, I didn't even write down nothing for the Cubs bats, and you know the lefties for Pittsburgh couldn't talk you off of them, man. Um, the usual suspects: um, Telez, Cruz, Reynolds, the usual suspects looked okay, right? And some of the righties look good too, man. Did I write anything down? No. You can also look at the team total here. It's sitting at 3.5. Last time I checked for Pittsburgh Pirates, it was sitting at 3.5. It's probably still sitting there. Um, Team total at 3.5 and a minus 138. Not really. Not too many pitches. Um, Sale and I just Festa and Sale. You can take a look at I want to say Rodon, but I ain't. Nelson is depending on what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying, player. What you trying to look for? Strikeouts, outs, pitching outs. But Sale, I mean, I like his strikeouts. I like his pitching outs. That's two bets right there. So it depends on what you're looking for, what you're trying to find, what you're trying to look for. You're trying to look for a cash. I'm looking at Sale. I'm not trusting the Yankees pitcher. Don. Don said he's looking for strikeouts. How you want to do this, Don? When you're looking for bets or whatever the case may be, take what the books give you. Don't force nothing. You looking for strikeouts? You can't be looking for strikeouts. You gotta be looking for that cash. You see what I'm saying? You're looking for a cash. You can't say I'm a don't I ain't gonna say you can't, but you don't want to say, hey, I want to come here. I'm looking for a strikeout. I'm looking for a strikeout parlay. No, you're looking for the cash. Whoever gonna give you that cash. Right now, it's looking like Sale gonna give us this cash today, right? We look for that cash. We can hit Sale 2 times. We can hit them on them. We can hit them. We can hit them multiple times. We can hit them with the win. We can hit them with the pitching outs. We can hit them with the strikeouts. Right. I, I went past. Well, I didn't go past it, but Festa is in a really good strikeout spot. He can hit that strikeout number. He can also hit his pitching outs number, but I'm scared. He hit both of his strikeouts. He hit his strikeouts and his pitching outs the last game versus Atlanta. And it is what it is, right? We'll get to. I think we got one more pitcher, just like Skeens. Don't know how long he's gonna be out there pitching, right? I don't even know what his strikeouts, but I'm just not betting on him. I'm not betting on him because that's just me though. I'm not betting on him because the leash, right? Can he go out there and smack that 7? Yeah. In 80 pitches, 85 pitches, yeah, he can smack that for sure. But instead of us looking for the home run, looking for the pitchers, I mean the strikeouts, no, we gotta come looking for the money. And and where the money is at, if that's in strikeouts, that's where we at. If that's in home runs, that's where we're gonna be at. If that's in hits, runs, and RBIs, if that's in pitching outs, if that's in the money line team total, that's where we need to be at. You know what I'm saying? We gotta follow the money and the best play. Yeah. Um, Hit him for Rocky's Nerfy as well. You probably get that Nerfy at a good number. And oh no. At course you'd have got a good number. What is it? Let's see. Too many motherfuckers hit a bomb for my aunt for what's the name? Uh, the over at plus money, the under right now, as of right now, at minus 132. I can see it happening. One swing of the bat, that should be over with. But I can see it happening though. But here, I don't know, man. I don't know. What is the Cubs team total? That's an interesting play there. Let me see. Yeah, definitely can. I was playing them last year. Let me see. Cubs team total 3.5 at plus money. Interesting. But like I said, I get a pitcher lean towards Pittsburgh, man. Straight up. I get a pitcher lean towards Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh can. I think Pittsburgh can go over their team total. I lean towards over 3.5 runs for Pittsburgh, man. I mean, I'm gonna save some time here. Now we got Mats. We got Mats, right? So Mats, and the Brewers, Savali. Savali can give up some bombs. Mats can give up some runs, right? Mats ain't pitched in a while. And let's take a look at Mats so I can show you guys what we're looking at here. Mats, right? So it's been a while. So we can look at his game log. Before he left, his last three games, 5 earned runs, 7 earned runs, 4 earned runs, a home run in each and every last one of these games right here. So yeah, he was giving up runs. Slide over here to the minor leagues, right? He just came up right before he came up. He just gave up a couple runs here, 4 runs here to St. Louis AAA, back to back St. Louis AAA. I mean, Chicago White Sox and Chicago Cubs. Both of their AAA teams tagged him, right? So there you have that. So he's fresh off of giving up 4 runs, fresh off of where he left off at, right? So he was pitching these few innings here, like, okay, I'm doing good, right? I ain't giving up no runs here, no runs here. This is what they told him after this game, like, Joe, you finna go to the, you finna go back to the league. He immediately gave up 4 runs in the minors, another 4 runs, picked up right off where he left off. So all that to say this, right? Milwaukee can hit some bombs, right? Hope y'all caught. I ain't gonna. I can't even take credit for giving out that bomb play yesterday for Adonis. I can. He's just been on fire. So that's one guy you got to worry about. He's just on fire at the plate. His numbers didn't jump out to me as much as um, Contreras' numbers was, right? So the Contreras is always him and his brother. I wish his brother wasn't hurt. They'll be going against each other today. But those guys, you can't deny them, right? Um, Contreras, you can never deny him versus a lefty. So statistically, he's my top bat here from Milwaukee. Statistically, versus this pitch mix. Now, Churio been lights out, right? He's only a rookie, right? So we only got this year to work with. He's been on fire. I couldn't talk you off of anything for him, especially looking at Mets, how he's giving up runs, right? So you also look at somebody like Gary Sanchez, who hits right lefties well historically. You got a few other guys that look pretty good as well. Um, don't know how long Mats is going to go. He's probably in trouble versus a team that hits bombs like that. So, like this Milwaukee team has been doing. Um, my favorite bet statistically versus their pitch mix is going to be Contreras. I ain't gonna show you all that green, and his pitch mix was high. I mean, his batting average versus pitch mix was like high 300s, early 400s. Oh, the St. Louis side. I mean, Burleson wasn't striking out. Goldie, it's hard to tell what Goldie's going to do. He's just a savvy veteran. He can pop off at any time. Uh, um, Arenado wasn't striking out. It's just they just I'm not betting on their bats. That's just plain and simple. I didn't look at this Cleveland game. Gonna come back to this Cleveland game and look at it right after I get through with these last few games here. The New York Yankees and Texas Rangers. Right now, um, this game didn't. Okay, so okay, we got Jazz. Jazz is who I liked, right? Outside of Soto. So Soto was not hitting for average, but he had 5 bombs over the last. Let me show you. Soto was not hitting for average, but he got 5 bombs over the last month versus this pitch mix. So let's get Soto up there. Let's get Soto versus a lefty. Bang. Uh, I'll start off at the last m- month here. And let's get Andrew Haney up there versus a lefty here. Um, Bang, right? He's doing that fastball 61% of the time. Let's get him up there. Fastball and slider. We'll start with the fastball, right? So, versus that fastball, Jazz Chisholm, over the course of the last month, he's 5 for 7 with 2 bombs, not striking out. The barrel is up, the hard hit is up. Fly ball could be up a little bit higher. I would have, you know. And then you got Soto. He's got 4 home runs off that fastball alone. 235 batting average. Nobody's really striking out but Austin Wells. These are the only two guys that's getting a barrel on that fastball from the lefties over the course of the last month. Small sample size though. Let me get that last pitch he's throwing up there, which would be that slider. So bang. No, that's a sinker. I meant slider. So Jazz Chisholm, he's nine for 19, 4 base hits. Those 4 was 4 home runs. Not striking out him, Verdugo or Soto. Soto average is still down, but the power is up. 96, 97 exit velo. Jazz Chisholm 97 exit velo. Both of these guys within the last month got 4 home runs versus their pitch mix. Verdugo, you can look at him for small ball, whatever the case may be. Um, I mean, it is what it is. These guys look pretty good versus this pitch mix. These three usual suspects here. I think I'll be betting on probably Jazz, man. His runs and RBIs, depending on where it's at in that lineup. Um, Remember, the Yankees don't hit lefties as good as they hit righties. The Yankees don't, right? Remember that. So Verdugo's walking, Soto's walking, and Jazz going. He's swinging. He's swinging. He's not even walking. So small sample size there. I could take a look at 2 months for you guys. Let you guys see that. Last 2 months, I mean, Soto's average is down, but the power is up, right? Average is down, power is up, average is up, power up, all that for Jazz Chisholm. Power is down for Verdugo. You know, you get the drift, right? Jazz got a home run in the last week versus this pitch mix versus a lefty. Now, uh, and then on the flip side, I mean, it's Judge, you know, all that shit, man. Judge, man. Judge. Judge, judge, judge. What I will say here, take a look at take a look at take a look at Carlos Rodon um, versus right-hand hitters. The last 2 months, 16 extra base hits, 8 home runs, right? Versus right hand pitch batters, right? Um, 16 extra base hits, 8 home runs. On that fastball, he has 5 home runs, right? He's always giving up home runs. He's always giving up home runs on that fastball. Always, right? Where they at? On the road. So on the road, this is where he gets hit, right? Um, but will he get hit today? So to give you guys a little bit of context here, and it's the fastball for him. It's always been a fastball. Like he'd give up power on that motherfucker, man. So I'll show you guys and it's been versus righties. So let's see, versus righties. uh, in general, he's got 18 home runs on that fastball, on that four seamer, which he's throwing it 50% of the time, right here. Versus righties, he's got 18 home runs on it, 18 bombs. Wait, 17 bombs. They hadn't loaded. He's got 1 bomb on that fastball versus lefties right here. He's throwing that fastball 50% of the time to righties. To lefties, as you can see, he's got 1 home run to uh to 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 lefties versus that fastball. So he continues to throw it. The thing about that is it's not a lot of they don't even look good versus it, right? They don't even look good. Maybe I gotta dig a little bit deeper. But I'll give you guys this here. Um, I even tried to look at Simeon, right? Because I'll show you his splits. And you guys can use this too. You guys can use this too. Who the fuck is that? Rodon, right? Rodon, right? So some of his lineup splits and stuff like that. First and foremost, uh, is batter versus pitcher. Um, Seager's got a bomb. Seaman does have a bomb. Seaman's 263 versus him, 5 for 19 with a double and a bomb, right? Two strikeouts. Looks terrible lately versus the pitch mix. Um, Corey Seager didn't even look good versus his pitch mix, but that's neither here or there. Oh, it is here or there though. But I'm not going to pull it up. I'm just, going to show you guys these splits, and I'm getting up out of here. Where he's giving up his bombs. In the batting order, 4 home runs to the leadoff, 3 to the 2 spot, 4 to the 3 spot, 2 to the 4 spot, 5 to the 5 spot, 4 to the 6 spot, right? So, 1 through 6, the cleanup, somehow he's been dodging all those bombs. He's been dodging the cleanup spot, but, it is what it is. Simeon will probably be leading off. Corey Seager will probably be number 2. He's giving up a few bombs. Then number 5, ain't no telling who'll be back there. Somebody maybe like, I ain't no telling. I don't know. But, those are some ways you can look at things as well, right? So, but like I said, I looked at the pitch mix. I didn't even write none of the, I didn't write none of the ranges down, bro. Straight up. I didn't. Um, the Dodgers and Angels, right? So we got who the fuck just came back? Mats. So now we got Mats coming back. Then we got Detmers coming back, right? So let me go back a little bit because and I was looking at Detmers here. So Mookie got a bomb versus him. Freddie got a bomb versus him. Muncy got a bomb versus him. Will Smith got a bomb versus him. Okay, that's one thing. Now Detmers, this is his first game back, right? He showed flashes of K's sometimes here and there. Da 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 da. Keep in mind he is a lefty. So before he left, his last game in the majors was when um, June 1st, and he was giving up runs like 4, 5, 7, 6, 4, 6, 3, 5. Right? Hadn't faced the Dodgers yet. Shown flashes of K's here and there. 12 here versus Boston. He was a lefty. That just show you how long Boston been striking out versus lefties. 7 versus Baltimore. 4, 4, 3, 7, 5, 7, 3, 8, 3. Couldn't be trusted. You go out there and get 3 Ks in June versus Seattle. I definitely can't trust you. But either way it go though, and he was being ass, man. You know. So in the minors before he came up, um, he went through a stretch right here where he gave a 1 run. Well, how many innings he pitched? Yeah, he started pitching good. 11 Ks, 9 Ks, 9 Ks. He's got 101 strikeouts and 78 innings pitched in the minors, AAA. Then he went through a stretch right here where he had one run, 1 run. But prior to these 3 games, he was kind of like giving up runs back here, though. 6 here, 1, 2, 6, 6. So he's coming up. He's here actually. So long story short, he's a lefty. We know, we know. Teoscar likes lefties. Teoscar can be hot. He just had 5 hits yesterday versus lefties, right? Detmers, he was pitching his worst versus righties. I want to say. So Mookie looked pretty good versus his pitch mix. Those first 5 batters though were a lot of damage for this Dodgers team. I'll be looking at the righties here. Looking at Teoscar again, probably gonna take him for another bomb. Let him sail. Mookie might hit a bomb. You never know. You can take their bases, whatever the case may be. The lefties versus pitch mix did not look good at all, but a lot of that stuff, have to look over that stuff. These are good professional baseball players. I like Mookie and Teoscar for sure, right? if you just wanted to look at Angels bats, like I'm not betting on them, man. But Adele and Ward, they looked okay. But if it would be anybody, it would probably be Ward. But I probably won't be betting on them, right? Now you got we got Seattle, where Castillo is pitching his worst to lefties, and I don't know too much what to say here. So all I'll say was I went to Raleigh yesterday, not Raleigh, Raleigh, Raley, for Seattle, and he sold. Raleigh, I think he ended up hitting a bomb. So you know, Rayleigh, who I went to yesterday, might hit a bomb today. The lefties, the ones that looked a little bit look okay for power. The righties haven't been showing power as of late. Both of these ballparks are big ballparks, right? Seattle, Oakland, still don't mean you can't lift one out. So Castillo's pitching his worst versus lefties. That puts guys like, first of all, Rooker is in play. Now, that puts guys like Butler, whose numbers didn't look too good, and JJ Bleday and I think Brown, their numbers looked good. Am I going to go to them? I don't know, though. I don't know. I just don't know. Those are guys that kind of stood out to me. I don't know if I'm going to even bet on them, though, straight up. Now, this Arizona game, when I look, the Arizona San Francisco didn't have a pitcher out when I looked at this game. San Francisco didn't, right? So they got Kyle Harrison out. So what I wrote down here is, am I gonna get to am I gonna get to Nelson's cage, right? So first of all, let's take a look at Nelson, right? Am I gonna get to Ryan Nelson's cage? That's the thing. Am I gonna get to his cage here? Because he's been striking out motherfuckers lately, right? And it's just coming out the blue, right? Not out the blue, but I don't know. I'm still scared, but maybe it's outs. I might look at his outs. Okay, so 4Ks versus the Mets, 7 versus Boston, 6 versus Tampa Bay, 9 versus Philly, 7 versus Pittsburgh, 9 versus Washington, 2 versus Kansas City, 9 versus Chicago. Kind of, I guess his K-pop sitting at 5.5, I believe, at plus money at that. Going up against this team that will strike out. You'll get his numbers at 5.5 at plus money. If there's ever a time you want to take a shot on somebody, this could be it, right? This could be it, right? Now, looking at San Francisco, we need to look and see what he's throwing. We're gonna see, San Francisco. We know how bad they are in the strikeout category, right? Especially versus right-hand pitching. We'll look at the righties first. We will go over here, and we'll look. So the thing about Ryan Nelson, though, is a lot of numbers not reflecting, but his K percentage is 19 versus lefties, 20 versus righties. What about his splits? They're not sexy as hell. That's giving me he's really gonna hit this cage vibe, like, you know what I'm saying? 19 and 20%, like, you know what I'm saying? That's not giving me the feeling, man. So what's been going on with him? I don't know, man. I don't know what's been going on with him. Straight up. Either way it goes, let's get back to where we were. So he's Ryan Nelson. Now, over the course of the last 2 months, versus righties, he's got a 26% K rate. So that's about the time he's been snapping. Those numbers right there was on the season that I just showed you. These here is on the course of the last 2 months. Oh, excuse me. Oh. So right now, and then a 7 extra base hits, 2 home runs. That's pretty good. The fastball he's throwing 65% of the time to righties. We'll start there. Now, uh, so yeah, strikeouts. I mean, the usual suspects, Fitzgerald, 31%. Ramos, this is over the course of 2 months at that. I'll bring it back to 1 month, though. I'll bring it back to 1 month. Just red, man. You know, the usual suspects out there, Ramos, 42. Fitzgerald, 32. Chapman, 30, 28, right? Then you want to look at the lefties. No, actually, that was just the fastball alone, which he's throwing 65%. Then you put the slider and the cutter up there. Might get big, better, might not. Slider and the cutter might get better, might not, right? So, and they look worse. They look worse, right? More people. So that's bad. Then you look at the lefties here, where he's throwing the fastball 60% of the time, followed by the changeup and the cutter. So I ain't even gonna look at the fastball. I'll look at the fastball predominantly since I did it over there. The changeup and the cutter, right? Like, okay, Mike Gas average is down at 125 batting average, but he ain't striking out, but the average is down, so we don't want him. And then Confronto, fucking Wade, and whoever McCray is, they all striking out, man. So I wish this was somebody else that had strikeout stuff that I really, really, really like. But I can't deny what he's been doing as of late. He must have fine tuned something, and now he's striking people out. So his strikeouts is in play. And what is his pitching outs? They're giving you vibes that they can't even hit him. So what is his pitching outs looking like? I seen it was a 17 and a half at a parlay piece on DraftKings, right? FanDuel don't even want to put it out because they know he probably gonna hit it. Long story short, I can't really mess with none of those bats. Um, Ryan Nesson is in one of the best spots to hit his numbers, right? But they giving you 5.5 strikeouts at plus 128. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of getting skeptical, like they ain't gonna strike out today or that type of shit, right? Type shit. Because he's hit this number in one, two, three, four, five of his last 6 games. So I'm getting vibes. You giving me that, I might as well just sprinkle a little something on it and take the L if I lose. That's what I might as well do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, is the book sleep or is what? That's a plus 128. Is fucking my eyes deceiving me or what? You get 7Ks for him at 250, 8Ks at 480. I don't know if he's gonna hit this or not. You know what I'm saying? I could actually. So I had a bankroll builder up here that I was thinking about playing this right here. Festa, 5 strikeouts. Toronto, 2.5, um, 2.5 runs scored, or Pittsburgh 2.5 runs scored. Or I can throw 4 strikeouts in there. I can throw 4 strikeouts in there, or I can throw 5 strikeouts in there. I ain't trying to be greedy. All I'm trying to do is get the plus money. I can throw 5 strikeouts in there like that, and I could take some shit down too. I could take that down. I could take that down, and still have I could do a lot of stuff with that shit, right? I just gotta figure it out because I'm gonna build me a plus 100. I do that every day. You know what I'm saying? I might most of the time I hit them. You know what I'm saying? I hammer them too. When I miss them, I'll be looking stupid. But and then you got Kyle Harrison. So Kyle Harrison wasn't out earlier, so I didn't know who was gonna be pitching. So I gotta take a fresh look at Kyle Harrison real quick, right? Kyle Harrison. I'm gonna take the strikeouts for him though, bro. I'm gonna take the strikeouts for him at 5.5. Why not, man? Go ahead and take my money, books. Let the books go ahead and take my money. It's something that I'm missing. It ain't nothing I'm missing because the numbers wasn't adding up, man. His strikeouts over the season wasn't adding up, but the last 2 months they was adding up. But the last over the week, it wasn't adding up, bro. So, and then I'm not a big fan of Kyle Harrison anyway. So, Kyle Harrison, has he faced AZ? Long time ago, I can't take nothing into consideration there. Right here, he faced him. He gave up 3 earned runs. That was in June. It hasn't faced him lately, so whatever, right? Not a big fan of Kyle Harrison though, bro. I'm not. Take a look at the splits here. He's given up 14 home runs to righties, 17 in total, three to lefties. Right. Um, he'll be at home. Um, at home versus lefties, home versus righties. Most of them bombs is given up on the road, I would say, judging by his home run per nine. On the road versus righties, he's at home, right? On the road versus righties, he's giving up 11 home runs at home. They got a big ballpark there. They got a big ballpark there. That's what it is. So, he's giving up, righties could hit him. Let's take a look at Harrison versus righties right off the back here. His pitch mix and things of that nature. See, so I haven't looked at them because they didn't have a picture out earlier when I looked at these numbers. Um, Harrison, Harrison's a lefty. Oh, I didn't even know that. I hate when this happens. What's going on? Cal Harrison's pitch mix not coming up. Let me see. Fastball, changeup, slurve. This boy got a slurve. Mm. Fastball, changeup, slurve, huh? Suarez. That's just a fastball alone. Changeup, slurve. Um, Let me just throw everything up there so I can get ready to get up out of here. Changeup, slurve. So over the course of a month, a lot of these guys not striking out. Perdomo's got a strikeout percentage, whatever, right? That spells trouble right there, right? Randall Grichuk got a bomb. Suarez got two bombs, and Suarez not striking out. So yeah, right. That's interesting. Suarez, um, Marte don't know when he'll be back. Gurriel. Let's see these lefties here. Left on left. Fastball 50% of the time is slurve. Mm. So take that change down and that slurve down. Mm. Let me get some more plate appearances up here. So this is just a fastball. I'll throw the slurve up there. Mm. So Corbin Carroll, because I know a lot of people are gonna want to see this. Corbin Carroll versus these two pitchers here. No hits over the course of 2 months. Um, Fly ball, even if he hit it, he probably hit one deep and out, a fly out or some shit. Let's see. I can see it too. I can show you. So Corbin Carroll. So right here, Robleski fastball fly out. Um, Corbin fastball pop up. Right. Fly ball. Next here, pop up, pop out. Um, Fly ball. Like all this fly ball shit, ground ball. That's his first. He had one fucking ground ball. Every time he get the bat on the ball, it's a fly ball. But that's just a testament to what he's trying to do. He's trying to get it out of there, right? So he's been having trouble getting it out of there. As you can see, that fly ball is up. Fly ball is up, but the barrel is down. Hard hit is down. All that shit is down. He ain't even got a hit. Um, McCarthy is batting 357. He doesn't have any home runs. He's not striking out much. His exit velo log and distance right here. Fly ball. I don't have to look at it though. I don't have to look at it. I'm wasting time. So you know what I'm saying. A lot of these lefties don't look all that. It is what it is. Jock Peterson, he's striking out. He ain't not too many plate appearances either. So it's going to be interesting to see who's gonna, what's going to be who's going to be in it. You know, I'll be looking at the righties for sure. Um, I'll be looking at the righties for sure here. Harrison, what is he throwing against the righties again? I need to take another look here. Uh, he's throwing the slurve, the fastball, and the changeup. This is already filtered out to the last 2 months. Suarez looks good. It would be the righty, some shape or form, fashion for me. Look at Gabriel Marino. Is he hurt? Yep. Interesting game. Interesting numbers. Interesting everything here, right? Interesting. Interesting. What's the total in this one here? These Arizona boys been on fire. We only got an over under 8.5, 7.5 in here too. So a lot of this stuff is not like Arizona's usually neon just standing out. A lot of it's not standing out. Books could be wrong. Books could be wrong. I don't know. Books can be wrong. We'll see. It's only 8.5 total there. They looking at what I'm looking at because it didn't look like it wasn't super convincing right there. It do look like they can win this game still though. Still look like Arizona can win. It just didn't look like they was gonna put up a lot of runs. Let's rewind it back to the game I didn't check out, which was the Cleveland game, and I'm out of here, fam. I'm out of here. Out of here. Go back to the Cleveland game here, and we got okay, we got Bybee and we got Singer, right? So Singer, 12 home runs versus lefties, 4 versus righties. He's pitched his worst to lefties. In general, he's got a 300 batting average to lefties. These boys here are at home where he is pitching better at home. On the road versus lefties, where he's pitching his worst at. Um, Pitching a little bit better at home. That's cool there for him. So we'll take a look at these lefties right off the bat, and that'll definitely be uh, J Ram and Naylor. So Cleveland here, sinker, slider, fastball. So yeah, so Mm. Josh Neller don't like these pitches. None of these guys like these pitches here. Now, since Jose Ramirez is a switch hitter, he'll be jumping on that right side. So, we'll take a look at that, right? He's pitching that sinker and slider to righties. Jose Ramirez, man, he likes that. Few of these guys like that. Small sample size, but he's 5 for 9 with a bomb, 55 fly ball, whatever the case may be, right? 556 batting average right there. Got to push that out a little bit to 2 months. See what that do. Still batting in the 400s. Lane Thomas, he hit a bomb the other day. May have been yesterday. Joski Noel, 4 for 8. 3 of those were home runs. Jose Ramirez got a home run versus his pitch mix within the last month. Joski Noel. Hmm. 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 He's pitching pretty good versus righties though. Let's take a look at damn Jose Ramirez. It's gonna have to be Jose for sure. Damn. Hmm. Lane Thomas, Angel Martinez. These righties, huh? The thing about that, he's pitching good versus righties. He's pitching good versus righties. He's got 214 batting average versus righties at home and 169 batting average on the road. What has he done versus him personally? Um, who was that singer? So if Pirates don't score in the first inning, take their over 2.5. You would say. You say if they don't score in the first inning. You talking about live? So um, Josh Naylor has a home run. Jose's got 3 versus him. And Jose is 12 for 25, 2 doubles, 3 home runs, and batting 480. So, hmm. So you say, yeah, live bet. So if they don't score in the first innings, take the over 2.5, you would say. I mean, Pirates. Yeah, I like Pirates offense. I'd still like them to score. I still like them to score. So yeah, Jose Ramirez, man, looks good. He's batting 480 with versus him in 25 at bats. Yeah, I like that. I like him. What about hit splits? Right. Let's see. He's almost his daddy status. Home runs. Jose would be hitting in that 3 spot, right? Ramirez hitting that 3 spot, right? He's giving up. That's the most where he's giving up his home runs. If whatever home runs he's giving up, 3 and then 4, he's got 3 bombs there. Oh shit! Yeah. So I guess, yep. Jose Ramirez. I didn't look at this here. This. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Jose Ramirez. He only got 1 home run versus his pitch mix in the last 3 months. I'm looking at 3 months now, but everything is there. He's hitting that. He said Tristan Cassis in a minute. Um, hmm, hmm. Small plate appearances, man. This is 3 months right here. Small plate appearances, but it is what it is. Let me take one look at Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez. Yeah, I guess this is best split versus what lefties. Home runs. 13 versus lefties. 21 versus righties. Where they at? On the road. Jose Ramirez on the road. Let me see. I ain't taking him for no bomb. He ain't hit no bomb versus this shit in a while. Watch it go hit a bomb. On the road versus lefties, okay. Mm. Versus lefties, he's batting 355 in general. 348 isolated power. On the road versus lefties, 338. Yeah, he's hitting lefties. That's his favorite split. He's a switch. It's his favorite hit split. So he's hitting lefties pretty good. What's his K percentage to lefties? 10%. He don't strike out like that. I don't even know why I even asked. Might strike out versus him though. I don't know. Um, it'll definitely. I mean, the righties, they look okay. You know what I'm saying? Jonski got 3 bombs versus this shit here in the last what? In the last month. Am I am I looking at that right? No. Last 2 months he's got 3 bombs. Only time he hit it has been bombs. 3 bombs. Okay. I don't know, man. Shit, they ain't striking out though. There'll be the righties that'll give him some problems if they can give him some problems. I might bet him. Let's take a look at Kansas City one time and get out of here. Kansas City. Tanner Bybee, right? I think he's pitching his worst on the road. He's pitching better on the road. Tanner Bybee is. On the road versus lefties, he got 272 batting average. They don't. Vinny ain't around. Who's that? I think MJ is a lefty. Let's look at the lefty since he's pitching his worst on the road versus lefties. Fastball, changeup, curveball, slider. Michael Massey not striking out. Vinny hurt. Michael Massey not striking out. He got 2 bombs over the course of a month. He's batting 280. Isbell batting 317. Keep an eye out for those guys to see if they're in the lineup, just in case you want to bet on them. More than likely, I don't think people want to bet on them. Looking at the righties though, where he's doing that fastball, slider, changeup. I'll leave the curveball up there. Fuck it. All right. Bobby Witt, of course, we know Bobby Witt looks good. Bobby Witt's got 2 home runs versus that pitch mix in the last week, but those his only hits are 2 home runs. As you can see, in the last week, his batting average is 133. Last 7 days, 2 for 15. All these guys' averages are down within the last week. All these guys' averages are down. Bobby, 5 home runs. Whatever, right? Salvador Perez, um, he's not striking out that much. Bobby Witt, this is like a high K rate for Bobby Witt at 18% for him in general. Paul DeJong does have 3 home runs. Somebody that you can look at for a bomb. Um, Salvi, you can look at for a bomb, of course, Bobby Witt. Um, I don't know what to say about this game. This is supposed to be a good series here. I can see you looking at Bobby Witt, and this is the lowest average I've seen Bobby Witt have in a while. 259 versus pitch mix. 259. You know what I'm saying? That boy living the 3 400s. So that's interesting. It is. It's interesting. Interesting there. Interesting there. I like J Ram. I mean, I like Bobby Witt too, but it's interesting. I don't know what do you say, man. What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? Um, let's go back to what she say. Kayla says, take a look at Tristan Cassis. Okay, says Tristan Cassis. I'm about to get out of here. Mm. Peterson's been pitching good, man. Cassis versus this pitch mix been looking terrible. Um, 52% K rate. Fly ball is down. Barrel is down. No barrel. 0 for 17. I hope he come through for you. But his ass been looking bad. Do I got the right shit up there? Yeah, David Pearson, lefty on lefty. Mm, mm. Hey, that don't mean he can't come. That don't mean he ain't gonna come out here and do nothing for you. Hopefully he in the lineup. And if you plan on FanDuel, you got to be making sure these people in the lineup, man. Straight up. You got to make sure these people in the lineup because if they ain't in the lineup, they'll catch it. They'll count it. So that's about it, man. You looked at the stats and pitching mix and stats. They're different. You know what I'm saying? They're different. This is a pitch mix. You know, those are his stats in general. That don't mean he can't come out here and hit a bomb. Shit. That don't mean he can't come out here and hit a bomb. He can still hit a bomb. He'll just be 1 for 18. No, but against the pitches he throws, he just haven't been hitting them. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta hope he's gonna be in the lineup. With shit with numbers like this, I might be like, if I'm a GM, I might be like, bro, you can sit this one out. But I hope he's in the lineup, and I hope he hit that bomb for you, straight up. At the end of the day, that's what I hope. So I'm getting ready to get out of here. Uh, Bats for me here. Uh, quick rundown. Bats for me here. Um, Gunner. Gunner. I like. I liked. I told y'all. Let me read it from here. Top bat here. It's gonna have to be Burger. Um, and bump to the right hand bats for Miami. Um, other bats you can look at is Garcia and Tanya, whatever, and Wood. Um, I'm gonna just take a rain check on the bats here. Lean towards the over pitching outs and strikeouts for Festa. Lean, no problem, Kayla. Lean. Um, here, if you just want to take somebody for a bomb from Philly, you can look at Schwarber. The righties here, I'm looking at Real Muto, right? I'm looking at Real Muto. Um, I'm leaning towards the over team total for Toronto, and I'm looking at. I like the team total over for Toronto. Haven't bet it, and I'm looking at Vladdy. He's a top bat today, and over the course of a month, he's only got one home run versus this pitch mix. So you don't have to look at him for a bomb. You have to look at none of these guys for a bomb. Okay, Vladdy looks good. Um, Will, what was his name again? Will Wagner, right? He looks good. Clement looked okay. A few other bets. If I had to take a lefty, it would be Wagner. If I take a righty, it would be Vladdy. Let's do that. Boston, Tyler O'Neill. For Boston, I like Tyler O'Neill. He hits bombs, right? I like Tyler O'Neill. I got him circled. Davis and Duran is in play. Small ball. I don't see any power from those guys. If I had to take a home run or a hit from the New York side, it's going to be either, or you could take the combo where Lindor and Alonso for a home run. You could take that combo. I think one of them can hit a home run. Here, pitching guys, I'll take the pitching guys for sale over 18 and a half. You can take his strikeouts up to 12 if you want. I know I sound stupid, but for people who don't bet strikeouts, but it's real, right? Um, Bats for Atlanta, because I'm not taking nobody for Colorado. Bats for Atlanta. Ozuna is self-explanatory. Versus the pitch mix, he only got one home run within the last month or something like that. Averages is down. Um, Soler historically hit righties well. I mean lefties well. I would consider him. The guy who stood out was um, Ramon Laureano with 4 extra base hits and 3 home runs over the course of 2 months. Had to filter it out to 2 months because it's a lefty. You don't see many lefties there. I lean towards the over team total for Pittsburgh. Kyle Hendricks is not good. Um, St. Louis, I'm just not getting to their bats, man. I'm just not, right? Um, Contreras, statistically versus this pitch mix, Contreras looks good, bro. Um, Adamas, he's at that point where I just don't have to point him out. He's just been Thanos, right? Um, Churio, I like Churio. He's a rookie, so it's still yet to be seen how good he is, even though he's been going crazy. So he's going to be in the conversation. Gary Sanchez in the versus a lefty, always in the conversation. Um, I got J Ram. If I had to take one bat from this game, it's going to be J Ram, right? He's got pretty numbers versus him. It is what it is. Outside of the usual suspects, we're looking at Jazz. I mean, Soto averages down. He's got 5 bombs. We know who Soto is. Judge, we know who Judge is. We looking at we looking at Jazz. Here, Teoscar, Mookie, um, and this, you know, I can't really figure it out. Truthfully, for the Seattle game, I'm not an expert. um, Here, we're definitely looking at an interesting game here for Arizona Diamondbacks. I'm As a parlay piece, I'm going to use Nelson's outs as a parlay piece. It was at minus 160 or something at 17 and a half. As a straight, I'm going to take the 5.5 Ks, man, at plus 126. What else can I do? You know what I'm saying? What else can I do? What else do you want from me? Another guy you can look at for Ks if you just, like I said, was going to be Festa. Um, if you just want to do if you want to lose some money on a Hail Mary parlay or something like that, you can go with Festa, right? F it, right? You can go with if you just who's in a good strikeout spot here, you can look at Festa for like 8, right? And then you can go look at Nelson for like 8, right? If you want to lose some money, you can do that because more than likely I'll be losing money doing this shit. But you can look at an 8 and 8 for those boys. Oh, a 7 and 8. Oh, that was 7. How about 8 and 8 plus 2,000? Anything, right? Anything, anything. Other than that, that's it, man. Late stream. Peace out, y'all. Peace out. Peace out.